What's good, SP? And it's your boy Sean, and we back with another video, man. As y'all can see, today we back with another story time. But today, I got something a little special for y'all. I'm adding a little mukbang to it, you heard me? So yeah, I got y'all a little story time / mukbang today. So as y'all can see, I got some seafood. I got some, I ain't really a fan of seafood that much, but I got some crawfish, shrimp, crab legs, and corn and eggs. So yeah, some king crab, laughing crab. I mean, if y'all know what that is. So yeah. But today's story time topic gonna be about the time I almost went to jail, dog. It's a funny story though. It's funny. Let me put these gloves on though for y'all real quick, you know, so we can go ahead and dig in. Today gonna be a little spicy, you heard me? Today this video gonna get a little spicy, a little spice to it. Let me go and put the gloves on because I'm ready to dig in. I ain't playing no games. Alright. Get this out of the way, y'all. So let's go ahead and rip this open real quick. Okay. Y'all see it? Let's go ahead and let's do our thumbnail, y'all. Okay. So let's dig in and let's get to the story. So alright, so basically, I think it was the summertime, and it was me, my cousin Chris, as y'all know from the other video. Y'all know Chris, but y'all should by now. So it was me and him. So we was on the phone talking about that he wanted to spend the night at my house. Alright, so boom, we asked our mama whatever. We was little. That's back when we was little. Well, we weren't little, but we was younger. So I asked my mama, could he spend the night? She said, yeah. She said, yeah. So he came that day. And then that day, later on that day, we was planning on like going outside early in the morning to do all type of stuff. So that morning, we got up or whatever. We was walking the streets, you know, we walking the streets where I lived at. Walking the streets, going places. So we went to hit up a couple stores first. We had to hit a couple stores up. So after that, we went back home. Chilled for a little while, went right back out to run around the streets and stuff. So boom, we thought of this idea to get firecrackers, right? To get firecrackers and go throw them in stores and fast food places. Because where I live, all the fast food places like right next to each other. So yeah, he had firecrackers. I was the lookout. I was the lookout while he do it. So boom. Ooh. So boom. The first place we went to, I believe, was the library. So we got the firecracker. Got the firecracker. Threw it in there. And ran. Security came out the door looking for us, but we was already gone. We was from a mile away, so we could see what they were doing. So they didn't see us. Got away with that one. Boom, keep in mind, all the places like right next to each other. And the library and McDonald's like right across the street from each other. So next, we went to McDonald's. He threw a firecracker in there. No, take that back. He didn't throw a firecracker in there. We had another dare for him. We wanted him to go in there and steal somebody's food out their hand and run off. So guess what? He couldn't find nobody. So he was in there, and these people, this old couple thought he was homeless. They thought he was homeless. So they were trying to buy him some food. Or whatever. He started telling them he's not homeless. They didn't want to listen. They kept telling him to sit there and wait for the food. So boom, keep in mind, it was me, Chris, and another one of our friends we know. So me and my other friend, we used to look out. We was sitting by the curb. Hold on, it's still stuck in my mouth. Oh my God. So me and him was the lookout. I see this car passing by. I'm like, this look like my mama's car. I look, he pulled up. We seen it. It was my dad. It was my dad. He was like, what y'all doing up here? We was like, Chris went to go order something from McDonald's. We was lying the whole time. We trying to steal somebody's food. So boom. He said, well, y'all need to hurry up and get back around here. Keep in mind, we was younger. He knew we was up to something. He knew we was up to something. So after that, Chris came running out the thing. We was like, why you running? He was like, cause I'm trying to get away from these people. They trying to steady buy me food and I'm instead of telling them I'm not homeless. So we took off running. Boom. Right across the street, it's a corner store. We went in there. Well, Chris went in there. He threw a firecracker in there, took off running. And then after that, right across the street from the corner store is Walgreens, I believe, or CVS, one of them. I think it's Walgreens though. Walgreens. So we didn't go inside there. You wanna know what we did? Threw a firecracker on somebody's car and bust the windshield and took off. When I say took off, we took off. And then as we was running, we seen these people at the bus stop. They started talking to us, talking our head out. We kids, we trying to run off. We just trying to run off, and one of my homeboys got a boo-boo. So we was just waiting on him while he went inside a Pizza Hut, because Pizza Hut right next to the corner store on the side. So he went inside a Pizza Hut and went to boo-boo, man. We sitting out there waiting for him. Oh, God. Bear with me. So we went for him to boo-boo, get done boo-booing. And these people, just random people, we don't even know them, they just talking to him. And when he came out, we told him, we'll be back to see y'all one day. Cause they were trying to talk our head off. They were trying to talk our head off. So we just ran off. We ran off. And as we was on our way home, I said stuff to my teeth. As I went home, we got this idea to go to people's front yards and pick the stuff out. You know how you had the little decorations in your front yard? Yeah, the little decorations and stuff in your front yard. People had them on where I lived at. So we decided to pick them out their yard or whatever, right? So boom, we were going house to house playing knick-knock and picking stuff out people's door. So after we did about 5 houses, we did the house on the end. Okay, so look. Make sure y'all listening closely to what I'm saying. The last house on the end of the street, we were picking the stuff out, knocking on the door, and we took off running. Keep in mind, we didn't know they had cameras. Keep in mind, we didn't know they had cameras. So boom, as soon as we came back to walking back towards that way, like nothing happened, a woman came running out the door. Chris had a rock in his hand, or a brick. I think it was a brick or a rock, one of them. Keep in mind, the woman old. Not old, but she was kind of old. But keep in mind, she seen us on camera, so she jumped out the front door. And she said, I seen y'all on the camera throwing my stuff and blah, 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 this. Chris, and then she started cussing us out. She scared us so bad, Chris threw the rock at the woman and hit her in the chest. So you know what we did? There's 3 fat stooges. We took off running, right? So as we took off running, I guess she ran in the house real fast and told her husband what we did. Told her husband what we did or whatever. And her husband was old. He was old too. He came outside with a shotgun. I'm talking about, we fat, so we can't run that fast. But the way we was running, you know how you run when you see something, you run faster than what you really run. We was gone. This man was walking with a gun in his hand, like he was Michael Myers. He was catching it up to us, and we was running. He was walking. He had on slacks and all. I think he was a pastor. I don't know. But he was something. This man was walking like Michael Myers. I ain't never seen nothing like that. He was hawking us down. And then her she had called her, what's her name? What they call her? Nephews. She called her nephews or whatever. And they was blocking out the streets in their cars. So like one car blocking out that street and the other street right there, cause it's only one more street. Like we was on the second street to the last street. And on the side of the last street was a ditch. We wasn't thinking straight to run to the ditch. So you wanna know what we did? We hit the next street while they blocked us off. Our dumb self, knowing all three of us fat, we tried to hide on the side. We tried to run and hide on the side of somebody's house. On the side of somebody's house and lay in the ground like we camouflaged. Like we had on camouflage. So we laid in the grass. They was like, and then that's when the people yelled, there they go right there. Cause we tried to blend in with the grass. Our other homeboy, he was already gone. He was gone on the side of the house, of another house, right? He ain't hide with me and Chris. He ain't hide with us. It's good. All right, my bad. What was I? But yeah, we was on the side of the house. They was like, there they go right there. So we took off running again. We took off running. We was getting tired because, you know, big boys, they get tired. When big boys get tired, they get tired. Trust me, I was a big boy. Y'all see, if you know me, I used to be big. I used to be a big boy. I was started that way. So we took off running. Keep in mind, her husband still walking with the shotgun in his hand while we ran. So we went to the end of the street. We thought we was gone. Hit the next street. Car already right there, blocking the street out. So we ran on the side of somebody's house where some dogs were. The dogs gave us up. We tried to hide behind one little bush, all three of us, knowing we all fat. So we tried to run again. The old man was right there at the end of the street with the gun. The other dudes are already in the car. They got out. They got us, man. I thought we was gonna die. But luckily, they was some pretty cool people. So they were talking to us. They was like, call your mama or show us where you live. One or the other. It was one of them. Oh, it's still hot. They were like, show us where you live or whatever. So we didn't want to show them where we live. So we were going to try to take off running again. They said, don't think about it. So then after that, they walked us. I was going to show them where I lived at. So they walked us to the end of their street. To the end of their street or whatever. And told us to call our mama. And they had already called the police. Had the police on the way. They had the police on the way. So, no, I take that back. They called the police first before they told us to call our mama. So when the police pulled up, police told us to call our mamas. Keep in mind, Chris over my house. So his mama wasn't gonna come all the way because we didn't live around the corner. So I called my mama. She came walking. Dang, man. What I ain't got myself into. So police pulled up. My mama was just sitting there. She's like, what happened? I told her everything. And you know how mama would react. She was going crazy or whatever. At me and Chris. Police pulled up. They told Chris to call his mama too. Cause you know my mama not his mama. It's his legal guardian. So he had to call his mama. But they was already putting Chris in handcuffs. They was gonna put him in the car. If my mama wouldn't have came, they were gonna put him in the car. So they had us sitting on the ground. And they was putting the cuffs on Chris. And me and Chris while we sitting on the ground. Man, I told you not to do that, man. I told you not to do it. Here go Chris. Man, stop lying. I told you not to do it, man. We just lying. Lying, you know how us kids be when we lying or whatever. Or we both just lying. Lying. So the police was gonna take Chris and put him in the car or whatever. And after they put him in, they was gonna come back and put me in there. But luckily the people was like, they're not gonna press charges or whatever. Come to find out, the woman was one of Chris's bus drivers at his school. So she knew Chris. And she was like, I know him. I work at AMI or whatever school he went to. I don't know what school it was. I think it was AMI, she said. But yeah, so she was like, her and her husband had a little talk, and she was like, she not gonna press charges, cause we were just kids or whatever. She didn't want to press charges. She was a nice old lady. She was like, she not gonna press charges, so the police ain't take us to jail or whatever. But they would have, if our parent wouldn't have came, and if she would have pressed charges. So yeah. So after that, the people was talking to my mama and Chris' mama on the phone. They was like, if it wouldn't have been anybody else, they probably just wouldn't have shot them. They was talking about us. They would have just went ahead and shot us. But luckily they were some cool people. So after that, my mama got done talking. Police left. My mama made us apologize or whatever. And then after that, we had to get a woman a hug. Well, Chris did, because I ain't throw the rock. But I was affiliated. Our other homeboy, our other friend, he was crying, man. He was crying. And, he had already ran. He had already called his mama. And they already had talked with him. He went home crying. He was crying. He started crying. He folded under pressure crying, man. It was funny. He started crying. But he went home. Chris' mama came and picked him up. And we all was on punishment. We all was on punishment for a long time. We all couldn't come outside or see each other for a little while. We couldn't see each other for a little while, dog. It was crazy. Like, we could have died, man. Like, it was crazy. That's a crazy story, though. It was a crazy story. Like, we all almost went to jail. But that was on the guide. Because if she would have pressed charges, then we probably would have been in there. We probably would have been in there for a little while. I ain't gonna lie. We probably would have been in there for a little while. But yeah, I think that's the end. Oh, but when we got home, when me and Chris got to my house, my other family members there, like my grandma and other people, and they was yelling at us, telling us that that was stupid to do. And that was something we shouldn't have did nothing like that. Just telling us it was stupid, which it was. But we didn't think nothing of it because we were just kids trying to play knick-knock and do stupid stuff. So, man, we didn't really think nothing of it. But our grandma told us both of our people thought we was bad influences on each other, so we couldn't be around each other for a long time. We went without being like hanging around each other for about probably months, probably a year. But we didn't get no whooping. Luckily. I don't know how we didn't get a whooping after the stupid stuff we was doing. We were just kids having fun, you know. But yeah, I just want to say that we could have died. We could have died, but luckily we didn't. So yeah, that's the story, man. It's a funny story. It's a funny story. 3 fat boys, the 3 fat stooges. That's what I'm gonna name it, the 3 fat stooges. But yeah, this food was good. I ain't all the way done with it, y'all know that. I ain't all the way done. But yeah, y'all need to let me know if in the comments if I should do more story times, or let me know on Instagram if I should do more story time. Cause I'm finna get real lit. I'm gonna eat a little more for y'all, cause the story over. I made today's video long cause y'all said, I need to make my videos longer. So I got y'all a long video today. It's gonna be my last one, then I'm gonna end it, y'all. But it's really good though. It's good today, it's straight. Straight. I ain't gonna lie. It was kind of money work today. Unless I was just hungry. What y'all think? Well, yeah, with that being said, SP, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And we are out of here.